Camp Winnebago. Home of the best camp staff in the universe, sirs. Being the universe's best, though, is a tough job that can come from hard work, cheerful service, and most importantly, health and safety. Today, we're here to talk about bloodborne pathogens. What is a bloodborne pathogen, you say? Well, you've come to the right place. Bloodborne pathogens are infectious microorganisms in human blood that can cause potentially lethal disease in humans. These pathogens include, but are not limited to, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV. While dangerous as well, the following are not bloodborne pathogen diseases: tuberculosis, influenza, asthma, and lymphangioliomyomatosis. This training video will outline all of the necessary information and guidelines that, when properly implemented, will protect you from bloodborne pathogens. Let's begin.
Hello. Didn't see it come in. I'm here to talk to you about bloodborne pathogens and some of the many myths about them. The first myth is a simple myth that shaking hands with someone who has hepatitis will give you yourself hepatitis. Let's take a look, shall we? One crazy myth is that hepatitis can be spread through a simple handshake. Oh no! If that were true, you might want to get yourself checked out, Scout. Now here's a more realistic representation of a handshake with somebody who has hepatitis. Wow, didn't we learn a lot today? But that's all the time we have for now. Hope to see you again soon.
Let's talk about first aid kits here in camp. Each program area, the dining hall, the A building, the health lodge, all have a first aid kit, customly designed based on the probable injury to occur in that area. Each kit has gloves. Gloves are useful to protect yourselves from the blood and substances of scouts that you might be treating. Every first aid kit has gloves. The next item that we'll discuss is antiseptic wipes, also found in each first aid kit. This allows you to clean the area of the injury of the scout to prevent any sort of infection. Additionally, you should have a pair of adhesive bandages to apply to a scout that has an injury. Additionally, you should have gauze sponges useful in larger injuries to cover the entire area of the injury. You can then use an ice pack found in most first aid kits, useful in injuries that involve the soft tissues, musculoskeletal system of the scout. Additionally, the dining hall is a great location to find ice. Furthermore, we have roller gauze to secure the gauze sponges that we might use. Additionally, this is specific to scoutcraft and handicraft. We have a multi-dressing useful in larger injuries that might occur with an axe or power tools. Furthermore, each first aid kit carries a set of masks, both with a face shield and without, depending on the severity of the illness that the scout might have. Feel free to use them at your convenience. Furthermore, each first aid kit carries a mouth barrier device for the extremely unlikely event that CPR or rescue breathing needs to be delivered to a scout while here in camp. Additionally, you should find a pair of gloves inside for quick and easy deployment. As you can see, the first aid kit comes with many items that you can use prior to the EMT's arrival. Much like firefighting at camp, there is no expectation for you to deliver any medical care while on staff. That's why we have EMTs here. However, since each area is stocked with a first aid kit, you do have the ability to perform initial first aid actions prior to the arrival of the EMT. However, be certain that you're operating within your own comfort level. As mentioned, there is no expectation for you to deliver medical care. If you have any question or concern or hesitation about the severity of the injury, please contact the EMT.
Hello! Didn't see you there. We're here again to talk about bloodborne pathogens. Today's myth is quite a doozy. It's that you can get HIV from mouth to mouth. Let's take a look, shall we? The myth itself states that HIV can be transmitted through mouth-to-mouth contact, as demonstrated here. Here is how the situation would occur in the real world. Look at those lips. 100% HIV free. Wow, didn't we learn a lot today? But that's all the time we have for now. Hope to see you again soon.
If you elect to treat a scout on your own, please follow these quick steps. First, isolate the area to prevent others from exposure to pathogens. Next, apply your gloves to protect yourself from pathogens. Don't worry, we'll show you how to put these on later. Next, wipe off any gross amount of blood from the patient's arm so we can inspect the wound. Then, clean the area with your antiseptic wipe, conveniently located in your first aid kit. Once it is clean, observe the wound. If it continues to bleed, and blood appears, as you see now, what we can do is place a gauze sponge over the wound with some pressure. You can also have the patient hold pressure themselves. Then, take some roller gauze and secure the gauze sponge onto the patient's arm so they can continue through their day. If you do elect to treat a scout on your own, be sure to request the EMT to the scene, or if you don't feel it necessitated, please write a note down and give it to one of us later. This note should detail all events, all actions, and everything concerning the patient's injury. If the scout has a small injury, and you feel that the EMT is not necessitated, you can handle this on your own. As mentioned before, please isolate the area to protect others from exposure to pathogens. Be sure to clean the area. If the scout is able to, they can clean this themselves, protecting you from pathogens without even necessitating gloves. Then, you can hand an adhesive bandage to the scout. They can self-administer and send them on their way. If you elect to do this, be sure once again to inform the EMT that you have performed a first aid action so we can log it. When dealing with an ill or injured scout, it's important to protect ourselves and protect that scout from any sort of exposure to dirt, debris, or bloodborne pathogens. In each first aid kit, you should find at least one pair of gloves. The gloves inside the box or the bag are ambidextrous, so all you need to do is pull out two gloves, put one on your left hand and one on your right hand. If you have any questions about how to put gloves on, please contact your area director or any of the EMTs. It is important to wear gloves, as mentioned, not only to protect yourself from any sort of contamination from the scout, but working at scout camp is a pretty dirty job, and we don't want to contaminate the scout with any dirt or debris that might come in contact from our hands onto their body at the injury site. In camp, no latex gloves are found. We have vinyl or nitrile gloves that are located in each first aid kit, so don't worry about any sort of latex allergy. Once you've finished treating your scalp, we need to remove your gloves safely. Please follow this very particular procedure in order to do so. Watch the video now, and we'll give you the opportunity to practice in just a moment. Once you have finished treating your scalp, you need to clean up any sort of contamination or spill that was left behind. Begin by isolating the area so no other person is exposed to the potential bloodborne pathogen. Once you've quarantined the area, we can begin to clean it up. Whoop, not quite yet. We need to put gloves on. There we go. Once you've donned your gloves, we can now get our proper bleach to water ratio mix and begin cleaning the area. Feel free to liberally use this cleaning solution, as it's much better to be too clean than not clean enough. Once you've sprayed the area, use a napkin or paper towel, depending on the amount of spill in the area, to wipe up the mess. Ensure that you get every drop of blood. If necessary, feel free to re-clean the area with additional spray. Once the area is clean, properly dispose of the trash in the proper receptacle. We'll talk about which one is right in just a moment. Once the area is cleaned, feel free to remove any sort of isolation that you placed and continue on through your program. Once you have completed treating your scalp and cleaning up the area, the next step is to clean yourself. We can do this by washing our hands. Begin by turning the water on and getting your hands wet. Next, apply a liberal amount of soap to your hands and scrub. The scrubbing should include both your hands, wrists, underneath your nails, and any other area that you feel to be important. While scrubbing, ensure that the entire surface of your hand in any potential contaminated area has been reached. It's much better to be too vigorous than not vigorous enough. Once you've completed the soap administration, it is now time to wash our hands beneath the water. Alright, let's wash our hands. Ensure to get all of the soap off. Traditionally, people have been suggested to wash their hands for approximately 30 to 45 seconds. This can be done while singing the alphabet song, Happy Birthday, or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Once you finish washing your hands, don't shut the water off quite yet. Grab a dry paper towel and use that to turn the faucets off. If soap and water is immediately unavailable after you've treated a Scout, you can use hand sanitizer as a temporary substitute. However, you should wash your hands with soap and water as soon as possible. Begin by applying a liberal amount of hand sanitizer to your hands, and much like using soap and water, scrub thoroughly. Let's use another pump. How about another pump? Use it liberally, come on. Ah, there we go. Scrub thoroughly. Ah, now those look like some clean hands.
Hello, I'm Tom. Didn't see you come in. Once again, we're here to talk about popular myths about blood-borne pathogens. The third myth is about blood and contamination. Let's take a look, shall we? Contrary to popular belief, just because something has blood on it does not mean it should be disposed in a biohazard bag. However, if the item is saturated in blood, it will have to be properly disposed in a biohazard bag. Let's test your knowledge. Which bag do you think this item belongs in? If you said garbage bag, you are correct. Now, how about this item? Absolutely, the biohazard bag. Wow, I think we all learned a lot about that one. Anyway, hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.